Okay, I also wanted to go over some of these Quizizz questions. So on question 1, these angles are supplementary. You should have said that these angles are supplementary because A, it forms a straight angle, and B, the sum of these two angles is 180 degrees. For question 2, what angle pair is pictured? It's talking about these green angles. The green angles are across from each other and they're formed by intersecting lines and they're congruent. Based on your notes, you should have known that these are vertical angles. Question 3, again, this was on your notes. Angles whose measure sum up to 180 degrees are supplementary. If you looked at your notes, this one was clearly stated. The next one, name the relationship between A and B. Remember, the box in the corner means it's a right angle, which means it's 90 degrees. Your notes told you that angles whose sum is 90 degrees are complementary. Question 5, again, the type of angle shown. These are two angles that have a right angle, or they add up to 90 degrees. Remember, the box in the corner means right angle, which means 90 degrees. So we had no choice than to decide that these were complementary. Remember, complementary are the ones that have a sum of 90 degrees. Question 6 may have tripped you up a little bit because there's a lot of different angles going on here, but you need to look specifically at what the question was asking. So, what angle is vertical to angle 2? Step 1, I need to find angle 2, which is right here. Now, to be vertical means directly across from it with two intersecting lines. If you were to look at just this line and this line, you would see that the angle directly across from angle 2 is angle 5. So you should have chosen this answer choice of angle 5. Question number 7, name a pair of vertical angles in the picture. I'm going to look at each pair. So the first one says angle 1 and angle 4. Angle 1 and angle 4 are vertical angles, right? Because this line and this line are intersecting and they're directly across from each other. So I already know it's 1 and 4, but I'm going to talk about the rest. Angles 2 and 4. Angles 2 and 4 are not directly across from one another. There's no pair of intersecting lines that is forming these, so it's not angle 2 and 4. Angle 6 and 5 are adjacent, and if you recall, vertical angles cannot be adjacent to each other. They have to be across. 6 and 3 could be vertical angles, but 6 and 5 are not. These are actually complementary angles. And then 1 and 6. Again, 1 and 6 are adjacent angles. They share this point and this ray, so they cannot be vertical. These are just adjacent angles, so those are not vertical angles. So it had to be angle 1 and angle 4. Okay, last question. What angle is adjacent and supplementary to angle 5? Okay, so if we go to angle 5, we have two angles that are adjacent. Angle 4 is adjacent and angle 1 is adjacent. So it has to be either angle 1 or angle 4. It's definitely not 2 or 3, so we can get rid of those answer choices. Now, angle 5 and angle 4 form a 90-degree angle, whereas angle 5 and angle 1 form a 180-degree angle, or a straight line. Since the question is asking for adjacent and supplementary, supplementary means it has to be the one that forms a 180-degree angle. So then it would have to be angle 1. So you should have chosen the answer choice angle 1. Okay, I hope that cleared up any questions that you had about yesterday's quizzes. Make sure to please read the notes and watch the videos carefully so that you can learn more today.